What's up YouTube, Tristan here with Team Red Deck Yugioh, and I'm going to be giving you an updated March 2017 Monarch deck profile. Haven't profiled a legit legal version in a long time. You might have seen my drunk version, which I'll leave a link in the description so you can watch that. But yeah, so this is updated, completely legal version. Been messing around with it for a couple of days now. It's really fun, a little bit different than what a lot of people are running. But yeah, let's get started. So, you have your 3 Erebus. He's pretty much the best one now that Ether's at 1. Shuffling anything is really good, gets your engine going. Not much else to say. 1 Ether, RIP, but she's still awesome. Just being able to summon Kraz and just get a bunch of advantage going is really good. I run 2 Thessalos, so Thessalos is pretty good. It's better than Caius going first, because Caius you'll have to banish something on your side of the field. But this guy can rip a card out of your hand, and then because of another card, he gets his added effect too that I'm running. And then finally, 3 Kraz. I like Kraz at 3 just because it gets your engine going. You know, you can just tribute summon it if it's in your hand and draw some cards. So it's pretty good. I like it at 3. I wouldn't put it at 2 because you do want to see it now, unlike before. So that's it for your tribute summons. We run 3 Adia. Adia is awesome. Gets a little guy from the deck, recycles your banished cards. It's just necessary. 2 Eidos. Eidos is MVP because if you draw him, he's not the worst because then you still get another summon, but. And being able to summon Adia from the graveyard is amazing. And then only 1 Mithra. Usually I'm a pretty big fan of Mithra, but I think 1 is good enough. You don't always want to see it. So, but being able to get that extra tribute summon is really clutch. And then finally, for our last 2 cards, we're going to do 2 red layers. So I stole this idea from Yugioh, but really awesome thing about him is he's a tribute summon or he's a free summon because he has a Cyber Dragon effect to just summon, or else, like, let's say you have Eidos and you have a return, you can just tribute summon him, use return, and get your search off for next turn. So it really adds the versatility of the deck because you only run 6 of the squires and 9 of the tribute summons, so he can act as both. So I figured that was a pretty cool ratio. And that's it for the monsters. So as you can see, we don't run any Vanity's Fiends, Majesty's Fiends, or Maxis. I wanted to do this like the most consistent version of the deck. And even though Vanity's Fiends just wins games, it's not consistent because if you draw with Tenacity, it's just completely horrible. So, and then Maxi, I mean, going first, if you have it, it's pretty bad, and this deck wants to go first. So figured I'd put that in the side deck. Next up for the spells, obviously 3 Domain. Love that it's a super. 3 Tenacity and 3 Return. This is all your 3-0s. This lets you search when you tribute summon. This searches anything. This makes your opponent cry. For the 1-0s, 1 Pantheism. Even though it's at 1, you can still utilize it a lot, and just seeing it at 1 just makes me realize how broke it was at 3. 1 Stormforth, sorry for the glare, but this card's amazing. Just tributing anything your opponent has is just pretty broke. 1 March of the Monarchs. I do like it at 1 because it's another name that you can send with Erebus and Ether, and then also just being able to protect your guys from targeting is pretty good, especially with Dryad now. So you pretty much have to waste the Dryad on the March, so that's pretty cool. And then finally, 1 Frost Blast. I will always run this. I don't care what anyone says. I sided out once at a regional and I lost because of it. If I would have had it, I would have. Sorry about that. I would have won and I would have topped. So I'm always going to be salty about that. So I always run this card. Usually going first, if I summon Erebus or Ether, I either send Frost Blast, Pantheism, or Prime. Any combo of the 3 just depends on what the situation is. So that's it for all the Monarch spells in the deck. Then we run 2 Foolish Burial Goods, new support card out of Raging Tempest. This card is awesome. Just being able to send a Pantheism from your deck going first, being able to send a Prime, or even like late game, I can see myself sending just any Monarch card if I have a Prime on the field, because then it just helps you recycle and stuff. And then if anything, you just send like a dead Spell Trap in your deck. So I like it a lot. 2 Twin Twister, because you don't want to see back row, and Paleozoic and Zodiac, they both run a lot of back row, so this definitely helps you get over that. Because if your tribute summons don't go through, you just pretty much lose. Next up for the 1-ofs, run 1 Rhoda. This helps you search your Idea. 1 Foolish Burial. This lets you dump your Idea or your Erebus to help you gain advantage. Usually I dump the Idea to add back any of my banished mark Spell Trap, so it's pretty good. And then 1 Upstart, because we're running 39 cards, because it's Monarchs and we like to build brick houses. I'm not running 1-for-1 just because a lot of the times I don't like the discard, and even though that card is really, really broke, I like this ratio right now. I might test it a little more, but I like this right now. So that's for the spells. And then finally, your 3 Prime Monarch, because it's Prime Monarch, it's awesome. Not much else to say. So I don't have a side deck for you guys, but pretty much what it would look like, it would be 3 Vanity's Fiend, the Kaiju Engine, and just like Artifact Lancias, just stuff for the meta right now. With Monarchs, it's pretty interchangeable. You just build it for whatever is good, because usually you're already maining stuff, like your domain's already a lockout to most decks, so yeah. But thanks for watching. If you want to see more deck profiles and other videos, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe.